Yes, we're back. I bet you thought the channel was gonna shut down, innit? We're back after yesterday's biblical meltdown. I've seen it back. I can only apologize for my language last night, but it was from the heart. It really was from the heart. Look, we're back. I got a smile on my face. The realization that we're shit has kicked in. The fact that I no longer care about the manager. I only care about my badge. I only care about the club. It's all good, man. Yabba, little smile in your face there. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Obviously, yeah, it's the backlash, isn't it? And the following day, yeah, there's been a lot of jokes and memes and everything. As we were just talking backstage, when he was going into his, he's in the dugout and he was doing some kind of a, what do you call it?
Tactics board.
Tactics board. That's it. That's getting rinsed. They've made memes out of that are hilarious. And I've heard someone, I don't know who it was, someone it's been trending all over saying you're 2-0 down against Grimsby, and as a manager, that's all you can do is get a little tactics board out. I mean, why you out there telling them guys sort it out, And so there's a lot of backlash towards the players, towards the club, the fans, and the manager as well. And usually in situations like this, the manager, the easiest thing to do is to say wave the white flag and get the manager out. But we're at a different, it's different where we're looking at it, and I know it's a bad result and everything, but the Ten Hag, had some issues. Oli Solskjaer had some issues. David Moyes had some issues. That when is it? Bath time always complain about Louis van Gaal that December. That was the worst football I've ever seen. We got Mourinho. We didn't like him in the end. So it's always going to be issues. No one's quite happy with what's going on in Man United. So haven't we got to the point now where we say it took Klopp 5 years to get things right? It took Guardiola a couple of years to get things right. Are we going to give this manager a break and let him, try and get things right and try and just ease up off of him? Because 2 games in or 3 games in now, and people are losing their minds. So kind of like it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next few weeks, months, But it's just like an adventure, isn't it? I don't want to be a drama club. I just want to be us.
Normal, just play football and smile on a Saturday.
Yeah, exactly that. But you know what? I'm backing the manager officially. I'm backing the team. I think we can do bits this season once we get going. Yeah, I do. Despite this poor start,
you had a good sleep last night, didn't you?
Yeah. But sometimes, Mr. B, you need results like that for everyone to wake up, and hopefully that was the worst it's going to get.
Okay, well, look, let me say a couple of howdies, man. These people are in there. Forget my manners. Rebel coming down off the pro. Okay, that's Garna. We'll get you back up when we talk about Garna, Rebel. No disrespect there. Stephanie, how you doing, my love? I hope you're doing well. Binge watching Temple, so won't be on the Tonight Show for long. That's no problem. The fact that you're here is enough. I have absolutely no idea what Temple is. Yabba, Temple?
Temple is your dome.
Jesus Christ. Yabba doesn't know what it is. Yabba doesn't know what it is either. We deserve banter. Yeah. I knew it was going to be still we deserve
banter. How you doing with
that? No, he hasn't. He hasn't left yet. Rebel. Yes, Yabba, the issue is the shite players. Oh, yeah. And a few other things. But yeah, Sigmund, long time no see. I know you've been watching. Let me see. Imagine if the players had performed like that a couple of decades ago, when people would show up in balaclavas to players' houses and ask them why they weren't signing a new contract. We deserve is bigging us up, man. I hope you're doing well, man. I really
right back at you.
Dancing with the devil. All on the manager for me. He chose to play Nana again. He should have played his strongest team yesterday. I don't mind him not playing the strongest team. My issue is him playing that man in goal. I'm never going to call him by his name again. I'm just going to call him the man. Rosen, good evening to you guys. I'm speechless about last night. Well, look, hopefully by the time that the show finishes, you would have had a voice. Sigmund, fans need to show that support is earned and not given. Yeah, well, But let's see. Good evening, all. Amrin has my sympathies of fixing Man United. It's an impossible job. He looked broken yesterday. There was a lot of people who were broken yesterday, boy. Um, let's see. Stephanie, I cheered myself up watching highlights of Liverpool loss at home, 1-2, Wellington Cup final against Grimsby. See, they're not just it's not only us that gets the
It
headache.
just shows you 25 years later, they still remember that result.
Bro, listen, all when I'm dead and my kid's dead, my son, God bless him, passes away, his kids are still going to be burning. And they're going to be Man United supporters for this sin. They're not going to have that choice. Big up, I am titanium, man.
How
I
you
hope
doing?
you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well, man. I actually thought that there's something else. I had to make sure it did say Batman there. I thought this man was taking a Mickey. Double A, we see you in the house, man. I hope you're
Welcome.
doing well. Right. He hasn't gone yet. Yeah, but he's still here. I have no idea if that decision is going to be made. And right, and as I said, I've cut off from that. Um, Obviously there was a lot of his comments yesterday, comments that he made about maybe that him not being able to. It sounded like just him not being able to motivate the team. Him not understanding what went wrong yesterday, him being speechless, and him only being able to say sorry after the game. I understand he doesn't play the match, and the players need to take a lot of blame. My issue hasn't changed from yesterday, regardless of what formation we played. We were playing Grimsby, and we should have been better than them. What are your thoughts on? Obviously, it sounds like you're a little bit more level-headed. 24 hours later, the fact one that he hasn't gone, I didn't think he would have quit anyway. The club aren't going to do that. They're not going to make a man walk like EastEnders. You know what I mean? Do. And then it ends. He's quit. You know what I mean? It was never going to be that. But has it been overboard? His words. Does it fill you with confidence that he? I mean, he said, "Look, we'll play, get the Burnley game out, and then kind of we'll see what happens during the 2 week. The 2 weeks is some out today. Obviously, that the club sound like they're going to back him. Well, the fact that he hasn't been sacked, I suppose, means that they are backing him to a certain extent. What's your overriding thoughts on all of that?
Well, one thing, look, whenever you get a defeat like that, and the humiliation as well, and you can see him when the penalties were being taken. He was he didn't want to watch the game, didn't want to see that. Um, he feels really bad. He's suffering from it because the impact of that game is everywhere. And all the media are on his case as well. And he's only, was he 38 or something, 40 something? He's
40
quite young,
maybe, yeah.
40 years old. So this is a major experience for him. Something I don't think he's ever experienced before. I think it's because it's the size of the club as well, the magnitude of everything. It just means that much more. And I do like the way he speaks. He's quite honest. I did recall a quote from him where he said, "If I feel I'm not doing a good job, I'd walk." And I just think he's a man of his word like that. If he gets to the stage where he feels he can't motivate the players or he can't get tune out the players, it's not working, I imagine he would do that. I really do. I think he's got that kind of that pride in himself enough to say, I can't do this job. A bit like Keegan, didn't he? Everyone thought Keegan was weak for walking out of Newcastle and walking out of England. But is a realization. I respect that because his realization. He said, I can't do this. I'm not fit for the job. So rather than being booted out, I think he will walk if it doesn't work out. And you mentioned there the quote about the international window and assessing things then and seeing how things go. But we've got to take one game at a time. Forget about the Grimsby game now. Let's move on to the Burnley game, and hopefully we'll see a reaction, not just from the manager, but from the players. And we need the fans to get behind the team as well. Burnley is one of the most important games we've had in a long, long time, because if we lose that, that's a big indication that we're not really making any strides forward. But if we win it, if we win it convincingly and play some good football, which we haven't seen from Amorim when he's been the manager, I can't recall his best game. But if we win convincingly, it's not going to turn everything around. It's just a step towards that. We want to see some signs that things are developing. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the result the other day, there wasn't that sign, because the one thing you must do in every game is go out there and fight your battles and win your battles, and everyone must be on it. That's just standard. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to do that as a footballer. I didn't feel that we had that yesterday. I think we were a bit lackadaisical and we got eaten up by Grimsby in the first half or whatever. So it's very interesting to see how things pan out with the manager. I think it builds character. Sometimes when you take a heavy blow, it's how you bounce back and you get up from it. And that's what I'm interested to see over the next coming weeks, how we react to this thing, because it doesn't get much worse than that. After finishing 15th or something in the season, getting beat in the cup final in Europe against Spurs of all teams, and then coming first game of the season, first few games of the season, losing to Grimsby. That's pretty low, So I want to see a reaction, and then I'll make a true assessment after a few weeks and months about whether he's got the team or not. If he hasn't got the team, then maybe he needs to walk.
Okay.
I don't want South Kate. Sorry, Kate Cadet. No way. I'm not having that gonzo South waistcoat looking fool. No way.
Listen, would you have done a better job? You can't say you would have done a worse job.
It's hard to say, to be honest. Yeah.
It's weird. Sometimes what you want is not always what you get. We were all very happy. The majority of us were happy when Amorim came in, but yeah, look, we'll see. I mean, look, this story's gonna rumble. The story's gonna rumble, especially if we don't if we don't beat Burnley. I mean, in years gone by, that's a gimme. It has to be one convincingly. I would like him to make a change, whether he plays Kobe and Bruno, whether he plays Mount and Kobe, whether he plays Agate and Casemiro. I don't want to see. I think Mount or Kobe need to be playing in midfield if he's going to play. Look, go out on your shield, innit?
Yeah.
Do something different to show that, all right, you care about the job. He's gonna, if he goes in there with the team in my head that I expect him to go out with, change it. Shock us a bit, shock the opposition a bit with what he's doing. Show that they've been training for a week. One game a week, we can train for 5 days. Show that something's going on in training.
That's right.
But look, we'll see.
I'll ask you, so Mr. B, you clearly, what's your pecking order for the goalkeepers? Because obviously I heard you trash the guy we're not going to name. But what's your pecking order right now with the 3 goalkeepers?
I would have Jim Leighton in goal.
Oh, dear.
Look, it's always been Heaton from pre-season when he made proper saves with his hands. If he's here, I go Heaton, Bayinde, and that man.
It's amazing, isn't it? Amazing that our third choice keeper is now based on not performances, but the poor performance of the others is now ranked in your eyes.
I mean, and that's the level that we are. None of them are good. 39 years old. I understand. Goalies mature with age, but it's not like he's been superb. He's always been that guy in the background. The extra goalie in training. So, he's the best of a bad bunch. As the Lemons has gone quiet. He's gone quiet now. Does that mean it's happening? Does it mean it's not happening? They don't really do deals over the weekend, but they need to placate the fans somewhere. They need to do something to get them happy. The goalie's not going to be enough. The goalie won't be enough.
It's funny that Mr. B, like that has happened recently when, the chips are down, the boards usually dig out their pockets and get a player in to appease the fans. Can you see that happening again? Like with the crisis we're in now? I think after what happened the other day, it could be a catalyst for them to sort of say, we need to do something. Otherwise, we're going to lose the fans completely and get a signing in, a good signing that's going to appease everybody.
Well, the one that would have appeased the 100% of the fan base would have been Belabor. That's not going to happen now. The fact that we haven't got, look at the window, it closes 7:00 Monday. So, I don't see anything else coming in. We're going to be stuck with that until until the January transfer window.
Would you, just going back to what you said earlier, Mr. B? We were talking about just going and just playing your best side. For me personally, I know you want to have like different personnel and pigeonhole people to do certain jobs, but I would just play Bruno and Kobe in midfield and drop Casemiro and Ugarte, because they can't. I think Bruno and Kobe are better, all round better players. And if they have to do stuff that they can't do as well as Casemiro and Ugarte, then so be it. Just play the pair of them. We're at home. It's a must-win game. You know, I think it's an opportunity just to play your best side, man. Put Cisco or Shisco up front. Play your two and Cunha and
Well,
Bemla.
the thing is, it's those are the players. The new players are the ones who deserve to be starting. I love Cunha. I love the fact that he gets mad. I love the fact that him and Xerxes were dragging the man off the floor yesterday. He's got that. He's got that shit that I like. And in Buemo, he came on. He did his job yesterday. So I think there is a hierarchy going on in the club in regards to the players, because the team looked better when the subs were made. But it doesn't take away from the fact that we were trash. But I like our signings. The players that we got in, I really, really like. You know, I don't have a problem. Sesko, when he's up and running, I think he'll be fine. I don't see there's going to be an issue with him. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask the people in the chat as well. The signings that Amorim's a coach, so he's not a manager. So he didn't really have a say in the signings. Are we happy that the club is anybody unhappy with the signings that we've made? Forget about the sales, just the actual signings, because we needed a front three. You know, we needed a goalie. We still haven't got that yet. We needed a midfield that obviously we've gone backwards and didn't sign. But are you happy with when Xerxes came on? He had the presence and purpose. Yeah, there's little things you can see. Yeah, you can see that he wants. Yeah, he wants to play. I want the players to do well. As I said, my thing is, I don't care who's coaching the players now. I want the players at the club to do well. I want them to put a smile on my face, because it won't be him. I'm happy with the signings, but why I'm more happy, they can play in a different formation because they were club signings in regards to, all right, we've got a lot of 10s, but you know, if it does miraculously change, I mean, look what I'm saying now. Up until 2 weeks ago, it was all my guy, and now I'm thinking, God, we could play 4-2-3-1. I thought it before, but I just kept it in the back of my head because I didn't want it to come forward. We've actually got the players, bar right back, to change quite easily. So I don't expect him to go 4. I don't expect him to change from the 3, but I would love to see him adapt to a 2 up top. You know, 3-5-2-3. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't take much as a team to set up that way. You've got Dorgu who does the whole of that side. All right, it might not be Ahmad now. It might have to be Dalla. Oh Lord have mercy. But you know, just try and coach him. You know, but
I see what you mean about the 3-5-2, yeah, because we're not far off that. We could, you know, a bit of shuffling around the pack and a bit of movement. We could rotate players to become a 3-5-2, especially if you push one of the number 10s forward, you know. But yeah, just going back, big up to Shah United. How you doing, Shah? I do agree. When Xerxes came on, he showed his hold-up play was good. From all this physical stuff that Grimsby were giving us, and we couldn't handle it, he was just holding off, man, with ease, you know, and linking up the play really nicely, you know. And these are things I really miss. That's just what I've always liked about Xerxes, his link-up play, his technical ability as well. It's just the finish. He's not finishing his dinner with goals and that kind of thing. But when he came on yesterday, I thought, oh, yeah, lovely, link up, bring people in. He's an unselfish player, and I really like the way he plays his football. But yeah, you're right, Mr. B. I think the problem is if you do change your tactics and your system, it would be seen as a weakness.
why?
Yeah.
Why if something's not working?
Because he's been adamant all his career to go with one side, one way of playing. He's brought in players to play his system. Someone like Dorgu, is he a left back? Could he play left back? as traditional fullback.
Sorry.
I don't think he's ever played there. He came from a side that wasn't playing that sort of thing, and he was ended up playing as a right inside forward or a wing back. Do you know what I'm saying? So we got players in our squad who have been bought for purpose to play in this free
Back with the
free whatever system we have. So I think it would be a weakness if we did that. But I do think, Miss B, it's like the burning question as a manager. We've seen Thomas Frank, for example, come into Spurs, play against PSG, play a different style, adapting to the opposition. That shows some versatility, and that compared to Ange, who was their previous manager, who just played one way and one way only, and didn't have any plan B. I think to be a good manager, you do need to create other things. The other good example of this, and very good example, which relates to our manager, is Xabi Alonso. He had major success with Leverkusen, punching above their weight, playing a system similar to what we play with wing backs. And then he's gone to Real Madrid and he hasn't adapted his system. He hasn't brought his system to Real Madrid. He's decided to play with a back four. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that shows a bit of versatility and understanding. Right, I haven't got that. I haven't got the players yet. Maybe one day he will revert to what he's been playing at Leverkusen. But for now, he's playing with a 4-4-2. Oh, sorry, a 4-back-4 and whatever Real Madrid play.
Yeah, whatever versions that he's done.
That's not. But I'm not. By the way, I'm not dissing Amorim. I do like this thing. This is my style. This is what I do, and that's what he's made clear. But I'm comparing it to other managers who show a bit of adaptability and get success from it as well.
Mike, any fast attacking team can beat United. Far too slow playing out from the back. Predictability, I think. Yeah, look, we've spoken about him. Ooh, Apollo 181, top work, guys. I know everyone's talking about the system and the formation, but there's been problems with 4-3-3 from previous coaches. Remember the midfield gaps under Eric. I'm backing the coach, but he's got to change something if it's not the formation. Yeah, to a certain extent, I get it. Sorry, we've had issues. We have had issues, and they've been long there, and we've seen them. But at the end of the day, if you're a manager, you've come in. Your job is to try and change, and I'm not sure changing is a weakness. Yabba, you know what I mean? People talk about, obviously there's a lot of woke folk now, so it's probably more for them, But there's nothing wrong with changing. If he wants to change and adapt, it would be nice. I think it would be good for him to prove that maybe he can do something else.
Yeah, because with his system, like we saw last night, when you need to go for it or you need to defend, what do you do? Or I've always wondered with this system, if you lose a man, like sending off, what do you do? How do you? So say for example, we're playing against Burnley and we get a man sent off after 10 minutes. What do we do? We obviously keep five at the back as much as possible, but then you're going to have to sort of bring off a number 10 or something. Do you see what I'm saying? It does. I'm yet to see. I know we've had players sent off before, but I haven't seen how we adapt to having 10 men. And I haven't seen until yesterday against Grimsby when we really need to go for it. At one point, I was thinking, who's playing where? Mason Mount, as I said in the comment there, was playing wing back, I believe.
Yeah, he didn't play.
The legs, he can do the job, but it was like, let's just get the ball forward. So we got more quality up there. And that's when everything was just, I felt we're going to get hit on the break here because someone's not going to be in the right position. There's no real rest defense or anything like that. We're having to go for it. And we've seen that against Lyon last year as well, in that great game when we had to go for it. And we pushed Maguire up front, for example, and then had someone covering him in midfield just for that transition. So, he needs to adapt more. And this tactics board, he needs to dash that away and use up
Use a digital one, for God's sake. I'm looking for a digital one on Amazon, and he's come out with this stuff. Anyway, look.
Would you buy one? You're first team manager now. Would you ever get tactics board?
I've got one. I've actually got one, but I some of the time these players are so late, you don't even have time to show them nothing. You know what I mean? So yeah,
is it one like Amorim's one?
I've got the big, the white ones.
Whiteboard. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the whiteboard, and then you've got your little I
Yeah.
don't have all of
Thank-
those millions and millions of
Okay.
things, but I would like a LCD one, to be fair. Just just so you can do those, put the runs and stuff on that, make it look like you're really
Yeah.
important. You know what I mean? Oh, I want you to do this. As
Uh,
soon as they got there, they're thinking, oh, oh, fuck off, Mr. P. I'm not listening to that shit. I'm doing this. You know what I mean? So yeah, look, it's yeah, I want to buy a digital one, but yeah, look, he's just made himself look like a complete thing. We got memes for years out of that game, boy.
mm,
We got memes for years out of that game.
yeah.
But look, at least we're smiling a little bit. You know what I mean? I see people in the chat, got rolling face emoji. So I think our mood's a little bit better now. So maybe it's gonna help a little bit more now. The fact that Chelsea have agreed a deal for the Argentinian wonderfuck.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's not quite the price that United are hoping for. I heard it was 40 million. I would like to feel that they've got that price wrong. We want 50. We look at everything that they've done. I would love it to be 50. 45 plus 5 to make it 50. But they needed him gone. Chelsea have obviously played the blind in regards to they've waited right till the last few months, few days of the window. They know the deal was done, and they're going to come in with the figure that maybe doesn't quite disrespect Man United and the price of the player, but it's still lower than than what they want to do. Andrew's got the selling of Garnacho is a something of mismanagement. I have no idea what that word was. Andrew, you said there.
Maybe reflective of the mismanagement. I don't know.
I wish you had written that then, mate. I would have been able to say that.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a young kid who's come through the ranks. I remember him playing in the FA Cup, FA Youth Cup, just being the star of that whole scene. He's come into the first team, and we were a bit critical, weren't we, of him? He comes on and he runs, dribbles with the ball, too direct, issues with his shooting. But this is all about development. We can develop. We thought, all right, he can develop into a great player. Playing for Argentina in their national side as well when he was getting first team football. But it's the attitude. It's the attitude that seems to sort of be his downfall. There's been a number of instances, and clearly there's probably a lot more to it. Because I felt even last season he was a threat. He was always a threat, even though he didn't score and he'd get a bit frustrated with his finishing product. I always felt he was our major threat because no one can do what he does.
Mm.
With the directness and what he does, on the pitch. And as a defender, I think it'd be a nightmare because he's short. And he's driving at you all the time, so you're always on the back foot, and it's not a nice proposition to be coming up against someone like him if he gets himself right. Selling him to Chelsea, I think everyone's resigned to it now. I don't think anyone's going to be crying over the loss, but I wish him well. I think he's got a lot of potential to do well as a footballer if he just changes his mindset. And that's a lot of it with a lot of footballers. That's why a lot of footballers don't make it. I saw just a funny clip, but do you know PK Humble? PK
Who?
Humble, PK Humble?
Mm-mm.
He's a social media star, but he started with Rising Ballers and good footballer.
Okay.
Yeah, Congolese guy. He does the Humble, PK Humble. He said that. Anyway,
Nope.
people know the chat. He was doing a drill with Troy Deeney, and they was doing some shooting drills on social media the other day. And PK Pam was giving all the comedy stuff. And Troy Deeney said, "You see, that's why you didn't make it, because you ain't got the right attitude." And PK, it was like a bit of a diss, but PK Humby took it well and said, "You're probably right. It's true." And it is true. A lot of footballers that you see so talented in that don't make it because they've got the wrong attitude. They don't listen. And I think if Garnacho goes and plays under Maresca and the Chelsea boys, let's see if we were right or wrong, about him. Does his attitude, like Sancho, just continue to make him go downhill, or will he step up and mature? That's up to him. Let's see what happens with that. But it's fair play. It's a loss of a talent, but he wasn't wanted, so I have to back the manager and the decision to let him go.
Well, look, Vincent's in here. Just so I said, it's good to have some people up to date. Looks like he's gonna have his medical tomorrow. So it was always done. They had always had their figure. I mean, the fact that the medical's been planned tomorrow, they can't just decide they're going to do that. So, look, I don't have no I don't. I'm not a Garnacho fan. I know there's people in the chat who are. So that's the good thing about football. Everybody has their opinions. I don't wish no malice on him. I don't wish him no bad luck. I think I'm a good judge of a footballer in 6 years time, 7 years time. Yeah, maybe proved to be wrong, but the next 2 years, I think he's going to be the exact same player that he was. So I'm glad Chelsea. I'm not really glad he's gone to Chelsea, but he only wanted to go one place. Like Sesko only wanted to go one place. Like Cunha only wanted to go one place. Like Mbemo only wanted to go one place. So when it benefits you, it's great. But when the shoe's on the other foot, he's nothing but a little bitch. You know what I mean? The only thing with that is they wanted to come to us and we still ended up having to pay the money that the club wanted. Garnacho only wanted them, and Chelsea have still managed to rinse our pocket.
Yeah. Well, look, I thought 50 million would have been fair, but they're getting a hell of a player if it works out for them, and if they can get a tune out of him, because I think he's proper quality. If he just improves a little bit more, he will hurt a lot of people, and hopefully he doesn't come back to hurt us. As Vincent's saying here, are we going to boo him if he comes back? Like Liverpool fans have booed Trent, for example. That's not a good look, but. Fair enough. Big up to Shah, by the way. Big up. Nice to see you, Shah. I said this is also a reduction. I don't understand what that means. What's he saying, Mr. Me? It's also a re-education.
This is also a
re-education.
Yeah, from the
All right,
academy up.
Our
Youth won the treble, then got dismantled.
Our youth won the treble, and then they got dismantled. Fernandez left back. Oh yeah, remember him? Palestri, Gomez, McNeil, Wills, Fish. We have to pay to replace those. Interesting that, yeah. Sorry, I get you now. Shah, re-education. My bad.
Right, we've done the meltdown. We've done the Garnacho. Now, I am hearing. Let me get it up here first, and I will give you the source so I'm not talking rubbish.
Lawrence Okoli.
Huh? What about Lawrence Okoli? What's up with him?
His nickname is the Source.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I never liked
the
that.
Source.
The Source.
Lawrence the Source Okoli.
Yeah. Lawrence Okoli, the boxer.
I know who he is, but so what, they call him Lawrence the Source Okoli?
That's his nickname. I always thought
I don't like that.
See, something you tell the ladies. You don't say.
Yeah, the Source. The girl them sugar. You know what I mean? Yeah. You wouldn't even better of calling him that and do a little giggle when he comes in. Okay, let's have a look. The news that I'd seen. Somebody can confirm or deny this. Obviously, I'm not there. Mr. McKenzie, welcome to the madness. Garnacho's a great winger. United at the moment don't know how to manage any players. Let me see what the rest of that said. Manage any players. Garnacho alone would destroy Wrexham. Brother, we've seen him play, man. I'm not. Look, as I said, that's the beauty of football. Everybody has their opinions. Okay, so something that's coming from Lord God, maybe it's wrong. gonofalarit.com today at 7:45. Yeah, this is just to put a smile on my face, isn't it? Napoli are ready to welcome -9, the young Danish striker. Reports from Gianluca Di Marzio. He's expected to arrive in Italy as early as tomorrow to undergo a medical. Wow. The price, 45 million euros with a 5 million loan with an obligation to buy. Obviously, we know obligations don't always work out, but I just feel if they'd said to Chelsea, it's 12.5 million to send Jadon back, they would have still had Jadon Sancho. Make the obligation where they have to buy the player. You know what I mean? Is that good news?
Very good news. But I just want to say big up to Baba in the house. And thank you, Andrew Williams, as well. Welcome him to the Man United agenda. Baba, I hope you're a Man United fan. Just interested to hear what you got to say about all the Man United news right now. But yeah, look, Mr. B is the man who quoted the phrase -9. So a typical number 9 is thing, but to call him -9 is a complete diss. but it's stuck. It really sticks. I love the name. All you guys love the name too, and we won't be hearing it anymore because he's leaving. Possibly, is Mr. B staying there? Could be going to Napoli for a decent amount of money. So there's 2 players now with Garnacho and -9 out of the 5 that could be leaving on dough. So that could open the door for maybe a transfer for us, but who knows? Yeah, Napoli. They all teams in Italy, they understand about -9. They understand that he's got something about him. He just couldn't produce it over here. Hopefully, he can go over there. Bit like some of the other English players have gone to Italy recently and performed, and he can get his confidence back. Because I think there's a player there, but I've given up on him. And Mr. B, when he started calling -9, definitely gave up on him as well. So let's take the money. Thank you for your hard work. That's all I can say for him. I wish him the best going forward. And I hope that he gets international football and he's the figurehead for Denmark and he can do something. But as the experience, hopefully he learns from this and learns how to try to perform better. It's a learning stage. I just want these guys to get better and have a good career behind them. But it didn't work out at Man United. To be honest, he's one of the worst strikers that I've seen at the club. And that's saying something, I've seen some terrible players over the years. But he is, honestly, Mr. B, for the value for money and everything else, he has got to be one of the worst strikers. Just up here, just lacks the confidence and didn't deliver when he was given a great opportunity to come and play for a big club.
We've got the worst striker and the worst goalie in our history in one team.
Yeah. It's bad, isn't it? It's bad. But Mr. B, how you feel if he goes out there and smashes it? How would that make you feel?
I don't care because he's going to the Italian league, bro. I keep telling you, but we could go out there and make money, bro.
Yeah.
We could go out there and make money. Yeah, they are trash out there, bro. They are trash out there. So no, go out there and score 160 goals. Fine. Take him. Let him go. Let him build up his confidence. Let him go sit down with Napoli. I know I was gonna say by the Riviera. I don't even know if they're near the sea. He'll be fine. He'll be absolutely fine. It's not like he can't speak Italian. He was over there at Atlanta already. Yeah. You know what I mean? He knows how to drive. He knows all the food to buy and all of that. He's just going to be dining at a slightly higher level restaurant now because he's on more cheddar. Good luck to him. Good luck to him. He can go over there and score 195 goals in 2 matches. He's still shit.
Big up Baba. We asked him the question. Obviously, he's saying, honestly, brothers, I have no words for the state of the club. Everything is going down and we seem to have no luck. 2 new signings, missing penalties. You cannot be serious, John Mack.
You know what? What I will say is that with Mbemo, if it wasn't for Mbemo, we wouldn't have been on penalties. You know what I mean? So him missing it is fine. And let's be honest, when you take a penalty, do you expect to have to take it twice? For it to go the whole way around again? You know what I mean? So
can we just have a little word about Harry Maguire's penalties over the years? Because he does seem to put them away perfectly. Never in doubt. When he steps up now, never in doubt with him.
No, he does. To be fair, he does touch him. Yes, Vincent. Yeah, we get some confidence. Go get some confidence up, man. I'm telling you, bro. We won't have to be waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch our games. It'd be nice and respectable. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would take it to Italy, man. We win all of our games. We come out there thinking we're bloody Brazil, the 1970, whatever that year one, when they had all those players brocking up everybody. I think we're bloody Brazil. You know what I mean? Right. What else?
A little observation, Mr. B. You're wearing a Man United trackie, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Is that the collar's part of the tracksuit? Because your collars, you look like
yeah. That's why I bought it, man. Look, that's
it's a yeah. Okay, what's going on again?
Yeah, look, it can go all the way up. You can fold. Yeah, I can't breathe. So you can fold it like this.
Do the collars though. I like that.
Yeah, but I like the collars, man.
Yeah,
that's why I bought it, man. I like the collars, man. The blue one, the 1960 for the retro one. I want to know if the colours are. I'm not buying. I ain't spending no money on this new level of thing now. As I said, Tony was gonna make a lot of money from me, man, but they broke me. So I'd rather spend it on. I might go get the light blue one, man, the Georgie Best one. I might look out for that one, see what's out there. But yeah, but keeps your neck warm, man. But yeah, it's been a testing 24 hours, Yama. You know, I never thought we would be on here smiling again, bro. I mean, even yesterday when the show ended, we sat in silence for an hour, and they said we must all go.
Wow, it's crazy. You know, look, it's all of you guys. I know all you guys in the comments as well. Everyone watching, you're all going through it at the moment. We all are going through it. It's a really bad time, and for those of you who've lived through the good times recently with Alex Ferguson, that's probably all you know. But prior to that, with under Ron Atkinson and Greenwood, always go Greenwood. Yeah, we were pretty poor. You know, we were never winning anything. So I've experienced it all. Mr. B's experienced it all, where we're coming from winning just FA Cups being something special to winning everything to now just being a laughing stock. And that's part of being, that's the lifespan of being a Man United fan. What goes around comes around. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get back to where we want to be, but football's just changed so much. You got clubs getting pumped money like Chelsea. They were never a force. And they're a new club who are always going to be contending now. Newcastle got money. Liverpool, Everton could be doing well in the future, like they were under Harold Kendall. There's so many good clubs out there. It's really competitive now. So to get back on top is going to be a tough ride. But I love this club so much. As you saw with the intro, George Best and all these great players, Norman Whiteside scoring goals. We need to back the club in these hard times. We're not fair weather fans that only come out when the weather's fair. We need to show real support right now and get behind the club and really just go through it, grind through this period right now, and look, and then we appreciate the good times even better.
Yeah, let's hope I'm alive before when the good times come. Baba, my man Anana is not serious. Who's gonna buy him? Well, the first thing you shouldn't be doing is saying he's your man Anana. Just say Anana. Yeah. Just say the man, because let's be on the guy. Let's just call him the guy. You know what I mean? Because you saying that, brother, you're setting yourself up for failure, man. And look, Andrew is saying selling him is going to be difficult. Yeah, selling him is going to be difficult. You got a goalie who can't save and who wants to get paid more than £5 a week. Yeah, he's staying with us. He's staying with us for a little while. Louis Leisure, see, you've come in here with Amorim in. Now, I'm not sure if this is you just expect it to be a wind up now. You know what I mean?
We ain't biting on that.
So if you are in for the wind up, bruv, hit the subscribe button, man. And hit the like button. If you are here for real and you really do feel that he should be staying, explain why. I'm waiting for this one now, innit? I'm waiting for he's gonna come up with. He's either gonna be a big troller. He's gonna come up with. Here we go. Look. Here we go. Rose and Devil. See, you've started something. You started something in here. You started something. Let me see if there's anything else. Any more breaking news?
Yeah, we've got Vincent. Big up to you, man. And Dave McKenzie saying here, if Ruben plays 5 at the back against Burnley, call it off. He's saying
it's gonna be that.
United should learn from Liverpool with drive a hard bargain when selling their players. And this is what I wanted. I'm surprised Onana wasn't in today with his agent. Explain to me why I'm being told for costing us another club opportunity. Stevie Wonder would be a better manager, says Raising Devil.
It'd be a better goalie as well, to be fair.
Oh, damn. That's funny. It all comes out, doesn't it? I saw a clip today of some of Onana's mistakes, and the comment at the top was, is this what our scouting system is like? Because some of the mistakes are really, if you go and look at his highlight reel mistakes, I'm
low light reel,
yeah, it's like
I've got a video. I had something. I think I might have sent it before you came back into the group. His top 5 mistakes, and 3 of them I actually forgot. The 2 of them I actually forgot. He is anyway. Look, I'm not going to depress myself talking about that bitch. You know what I mean? I want to leave. I want to end the show on a nice vibe, man. We've got a game at the weekend. Maybe that's not the way to. Maybe that's not the one to be talking about. You know what I mean? But look, we've got a game. We've got a game at the weekend. A must-win game. Before all jokes aside, you know, as much as we hate him and you know he's upset us, it's a game that we have to win. I hope he does go really, really strong in the game. I said we'll probably talk about it tomorrow. The game's Saturday, isn't it? So yeah, we'll probably end up talking about it tomorrow. To be fair, what are your thoughts before we depart, Yaba? What do you want from the game? What do you expect from the game?
I expect us to show some character. There's one stat: we haven't won 2 games in a row under Amorim, apparently. I expect us to show something, man, to really go out there and show the world that was a blip and we're ready to perform. That's what I'd like to see. But if I'm being realistic, I always turn to the betting odds. They never get it wrong. You know, the house always wins in gambling and betting. So let's have a look at odds and see what odds are of us winning or getting a good result at home. We'll probably be slight favourites, which I think is fair. But there's always that doubt. And I think it's going to be closer odds than we've ever seen for a home game against Burnley. So I favour what the bookies say. I think it's going to be a tight win for us. And that's where the safe money would go. But I wouldn't be surprised if Burnley come there and turn us over the way we've been playing. But I do think we're going to win. I do think we have to turn this around and show the world that we're not lying down after that terrible defeat.
We'll see. We'll see if we'll be twerking for Burnley. I suppose. Look, we're gonna be back tomorrow. We've come on here. I wasn't quite sure what what to expect, but as always, Yama puts a smile on my face. Guys, you lot in the chat, put a smile on my face. Look, we're in it together. You know, our opinions may change, but our love is our love, and it's not going to change from what we do in it. So look, we'll be back tomorrow. We've got the Premier League mix zone. Obviously, Tony will be on there to light up my ass. Jesus, I'm not looking forward to that tomorrow. Rio should be on as always. Our young piece of man, our young piece of man candy. I'm going to try and get a Liverpool fan on. Try and get my brother on. Obviously, the Liverpool Arsenal game's coming on, and I'm sure we'll find a Tottenham fan to come on to be with their big chest gloating about how well they've started their season. So if there's not anything else that you want to say, Yaba, it's going to be a goodbye from me. And I'll leave you to finish up.
I'm going to say in the famous words of Dora, lack a notch, people. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Lack a notch.